It is, except this is.
Well, because
Yeah,
the stairs are
actually it
the
is.
stairs are the same, but this you don't have all these walls over there.
No, we don't have this closet here, which
Yeah.
at some point was probably a set of steps on the other side.
Oh,
there,
really?
in the back. Yeah.
Okay, you guys have some over there.
Well, no, but I think at some point they were taken out.
Yeah, because in my house I have the front stairs and the butler stairs, what they call them.
The butler stairs?
The butler stairs, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they told me they were.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what's your great idea you have with
Well,
this?
it's sort of boarding room style because I'm going to start partitioning rooms off and renting out rooms with the whole home share situation here. So this can be one room, this can be one room, then this is a pretty good sized room. This would be like the dining area.
Okay.
And at some point, I do want this closet out of here.
Okay.
And then this funky bathroom back here, it definitely needs redoing. I'd like to maybe even knock down this wall and enlarge it somehow.
Knock down this wall?
Yeah, because it's just here on the back porch here, and it's almost like an outhouse just hanging out here.
Pretty much, and it seems to be fairly cold because you don't have a vent.
Yeah, and so they've nailed that door shut. So
okay, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. You definitely probably want a different type of shower in here.
Oh yeah, I don't want that old shower.
And you're wanting to take this wall out. So if you take this wall out, which way are you going to enter and exit? From this side over here, which would be your only other option.
So I thought about extending it out maybe this far to where that bump is in the wall, or even farther. I don't know. That way it'll get it off the back porch, and I can maybe enlarge the kitchen here.
The thing I don't like about this is where the exit door is.
Yeah.
The back door is.
So I was thinking of taking the bathroom completely out of here.
And just eliminating it,
Well,
or moving it.
Moving it, or like where that closet is, that would give us more room in here. So either if the bathroom could be either on this end or that end.
Well, actually, that's not a bad idea. If you want to take this and extend it out to this wall here, you can put your bath on this side and open this wall and remove all of the plumbing here, so and probably just close this off so that they can exit out of here like you're supposed to, and just open this wider and just leave it open so to add more room to this one here.
Yeah, so I was thinking like on my house, it's like a little utility room and stuff. And
okay, and if you want to just partition off maybe one side where they could keep their brooms or make it a utility room, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it would be better on that side, because actually that's where my mother's is. Is on this side. This, as you come out of this room here, this room over here is a bathroom. And this goes down to the basement, right?
Yes.
Yes, so that's exactly the way hers is.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't be a bad idea at all.
Yeah, and I was thinking of closing off this opening and putting the door here for this room.
What is this room going to be used for?
It's going to be like a bed, so it's
a bedroom?
Yeah,
So you're wanting to probably just install a door here. And this is going to be a bedroom, right?
Yeah, so this...
you want to close this off?
I want to close this off, yes.
Okay, and maybe just close this in where you could put, say, a 30 or 32-inch door there so they can enter in. Okay, now what are you going to do with this door coming from the kitchen?
We'll put a door in there, and so this person
so
can...
you still want them to be accessible here?
So this person living here can go
into the kitchen.
kitchen.
Okay, now... Okay, so if that's the case, then you're going to have, that person is going to have access to the kitchen, and everybody else is going to come through the living room or the dining room, whatever room.
Yeah, it's going to be a common room. I'll put like a big dining table here, and I don't know, maybe some things around it, maybe bookcases or even a TV.
Okay, then the TV room will call it.
So it's gonna be a 2-bedroom down here.
Right.
Here on this
That
floor.
one, and
Yeah.
you
Now,
said a
what?
kitchen and bathroom.
Okay, you got lights there. Like you have.
Yeah, so some of this is gonna have to read it, because I noticed there's no vent in here.
Or if it was, well, there's a return there, so you're gonna have to put a supply. This is a return here.
Okay,
And all your airflow that's going into the furnace comes from there.
okay.
So you're gonna need a supply here somewhere.
Well, so is there a problem with the return here if this is closed off?
Not as long as we leave at least a 1/2 inch to an inch gap up under the door so that it can pull the air up under the door.
Oh, okay.
You know, so you're gonna have, so that's not a problem. That's just the way all of these older homes were.
Yeah.
The return was just in one central location.
Yeah.
And they left a gap up under the door so it could pull the air from the room.
Right.
So it could circulate it.
Okay.
You're gonna basically have your same problem here, it appears. You have no supply or any return in this room, so you're definitely gonna need this as well because you got to have it heated.
Okay.
Especially if you're going to use it as a bedroom.
Yes.
Okay? One thing that we're overlooking is that if these are going to qualify for bedrooms, we're going to need closets.
Oh, yeah. What I've been doing, do you have to build them in? I've been, the ones that I've furnished, I put freestanding ones where
Oh, okay. So you're just going to go with a freestanding one?
it's, seems to be the easiest way, because then that way people can put it where they want, rather than being.
Well, I mean, it's a closet, so
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
can.
So that's how I filled in them in my
Okay.
in my house where
Okay.
I'm living at. I just put these freestanding ones in,
Okay.
and it seems to be
Seem
be
to
okay.
work?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're definitely going to need some supply vents in these rooms.
Yeah. So you'd have to put in ductwork.
Yeah, the ducts, and then cut out holes to put the
Vents in.
Yeah.
the vents.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a furnace guy come in maybe next week and give me an estimate on a new furnace, because that one down in the basement's like total rusted.
Really?
Yeah, you wouldn't believe how much rust is on this thing, or maybe
Well,
you
I should
would.
let you know I do install those myself, so you go ahead and get your estimate from me.
Okay.
But I install furnaces myself. As a matter of fact, you said you want a new one.
Yeah.
What are you going with? 120, 115
I don't
thousand
know.
BTU.
Well, we
Well,
have
probably for this house, you're going. That's what you're going to be looking at.
Well, so would you do the whole house from the basement, or would you put like one on every floor?
No. We wouldn't. Can we go down for a minute? Is the electricity on?
No, electricity's not on. I did bring a flashlight.
Anthony, go grab me a flashlight too.
So yeah.
You probably have some duct work in here.
Yeah, some, but not all that I need.
Okay, I'm gonna let you, since you got the lighter here, you give me
Okay.
the light. I tell you what, why don't we do this?
Yeah.
Why don't we just wait for mine as well?
Okay, you probably have a bigger one.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's about, well, yours is pretty bright. You know,
Well, yeah, but it doesn't
who
quite.
did you buy this from?
A guy named Steven. I don't know if you know Steven. He owns several other properties.
I'm trying to think, the guy that I had come over here to look at some work for, he just seemed to stop working altogether. He's the guy that put on the roof.
Yeah.
I think he was a roofing contractor.
Okay, so somebody told me that the roof came on before this owner that I bought it from.
Okay, so then you must have got it from the guy that he sold it to.
Yeah, so Steven's this big chunky white guy. And,
No, this was a Mexican guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he put on roofs, he's installed roofs, and he did a lot of out-of-town roofs, so he was coming in and out of town. Huh? Yeah, give it here, he was coming in and out of town.
Well,
Getting-
so
Richard. Yeah, out there.
So I'm grateful for the roof.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you are.
Yeah. And this is, looks like somebody tried to do something down here at one time. But that's
Okay,
been,
that's not it.
no, the furnace is over that way.
Okay. This has to be over here.
Yep. And
Okay.
this teeny tiny water heater, I don't think.
So you're going to need a commercial one.
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely.
Oh, this box looks fairly new.
Well, yeah.
But
I see what
but
you're
you say like total rust?
Yeah, all of your duct work is rusted out. Plus, a lot of that. They're going to hit you for a pretty penny on that, and I'm going to tell you why. You see all of this here, the white stuff?
The white stuff.
That's around the duct work. This here.
The powder on there?
Yeah.
That's
asbestos.
Oh.
That's what. But you don't. Well, you got some here.
Okay.
So you know. Yeah, that they're going to probably hit you for a pretty. What company are you dealing with?
Well, it's this guy who works by himself. His name's Ernie.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you know Ernie, but he's...
No, I don't. I probably don't.
But he's doing a lot of work.
Okay.
But there's going to be a lot of tear out here, too, because I don't want this window... I don't necessarily need this window down here.
No. Well, actually, what I would suggest is you go with a 120,000 BTU furnace with a 90% efficient.
And that's going to cover all 3 floors?
Yeah, let's see how. Let's even see. See here. And what'll probably end up happening is that I see this monster you have here down here. Let's take a look and see on the second floor and on the third floor if you have ductwork running up there.
Kind of iffy. I'm not sure.
Kinda iffy. Okay, because otherwise.
Otherwise, it's going to be a big job anyway.
Yeah. Otherwise, what we're going to do is you may end up installing some closets down on these floors anyway, because what we have to do is run a trunk up the wall to the next floor and supply it that way. But let's see what's up there, because you may have ductwork running up there already, where all we need to do, we can attach to it, because it's probably good in the walls versus where moisture has hit it and caused it to rust. Like here, you have a vent.
Okay, there's a vent.
Here is what I was telling you. There's a vent here, but this is a vent that they have ran from the basement.
Okay.
It comes from the second floor, probably from the basement up to your third floor.
Oh.
I'm willing to bet that's what the case. So what I see here is that there's the other vent. So you do have duct work running to these up to the second floor.
Okay.
So we would just attach into the duct work.
Okay.
You have one there, one over there. You have one here.
Oh.
Look like, I don't know what's going on with that. We would have to trace that and see if that's a place for duct work, or is that just a return vent, or what. That doesn't look like much of anything to me.
No.
So,
I'm not a professional. That doesn't look much to me either.
so we would have to chase that and see, track it down. Now, okay, there's one here.
Okay.
So you do have one in this bathroom. We went through there.
Yep.
So
And on to the
let's
third
just
floor.
go up here. I know you have at least one here because I saw it run up here. Which is, here's one, dead center. And
Nothing over here.
I'm thinking that's the only one up here. That's the only vent that I see. So
would you have to build something to go across to this other room?
well, what I would suggest to you here in this other room is that they have units that you can install in the window that are both heating and cooling.
Okay, I've seen those.
Yes.
Like in hotels.
Exactly. I would suggest that we run, that's, I would have to make sure that it's 110, but I don't want it to be overloaded
Yeah.
with the heat pump that you would install here. But that's what I would suggest rather than pay to run a vent, tear up the floor, and run the duct. Put your window unit there.
Okay.
It's a lot simpler, it's a lot easier.
And it works.
And it gives you time to do it when you get someone in this area.
Okay. So while we're up here, is there any problem with tearing out this wall? It's not supporting this roof or anything?
Well, I can tell you now, this is a weight-bearing wall.
Okay, that's what my question was.
Yes, this is a weight-bearing wall because your rafters are running this way, your rafters are running this way. This is supporting the weight of the roof there. So
Okay.
my answer to you is that we can open this, but we're going to have to run a header across here to support it.
Okay, so
Does that make sense?
yeah, because the reason I'm asking is this is too small a bathroom. I'd like to open it up somehow, either that way or this way, or even this forward this way.
Okay. Well, it seems to me that if you're trying to expand that, at some point we would cut the top of here, run us a header here, put some, let's say, 4x4s here and here, where we're going to install the door, how we're going to do it. Whether we're just going to open it, partition it off this way so that the bathroom runs this way. I don't know exactly how we would do it, but at any given point, we're going to have to give support to this.
Right.
If we're going to open this wall with a header there.
Okay, so it can be done.
Yes, I mean, you're going to use some creative thinking, but it can be done.
Yeah, because
and probably the thing is that another thing that we could do,
Yes.
they built the floor to run the plumbing. We can come from underneath, tear out the ceiling, lower the floor so that if the person is of any significant height or just regular height, because it looks pretty short in there.
I know, it's like
And
for
it would be
midgets.
really uncomfortable for anyone to really, unless they're just really small, to do
Yeah.
anything with. So my suggestion is that we open this floor from underneath, tear out all that, and run the plumbing level with the original floor like it should have been. See, they sort of they just build it on top of it.
Yeah.
And that's really making it too high.
So we could also bring it out this way and have this little hallway here between the rooms.
Well, I'm thinking more, to be honest with you, well, because of this wall here, that's not going to be a good idea. But I would like to see it go this way. You got one window there for natural light.
Okay, instead of bringing this wall out here or anything like that, you just want to keep it all over there.
So because if you was to really build a header to support this here, as I stand, and if the original floor, this is the height that you would have.
Yeah.
So it would be a good height for anyone. You know, I'm about 6 feet.
Okay.
So it would be a good height for anyone.
That's about 8 inches up.
Exactly. So that would probably put my head up against the ceiling there. But if we was to take that out, then we would have probably the height that we would need where anyone could pretty much be comfortable without having to go in.
As long as that bathroom down there is torn up anyway,
Yeah, well then we can just, like I said, open up the ceiling underneath if it's not open and just run our plumbing and our supply lines level with the floor there.
Okay. All right. Just looking at this. This is kind of a mystery to me. It just opens up to the space in there, and I don't know what.
And that's just the way they were, and basically what you would probably want to do is fill in all of the missing planks there. Maybe put some sheetrock on there and just use that for a storage space.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's about all that is good for because of the height and the angle in which they put the roof on.
Okay. Yeah, because there's actually a window out here in this
in this little dorm.
Like if
area.
you're on the street, I just
that's,
noticed.
that's for vent.
Oh, okay.
Venting. That's because your house need to get rid of the extreme heat during the summer somehow.
Yeah.
So they put a window out there for it to vent itself.
Yeah.
You know. Other than that, I guess you've got
2 rooms here and a bathroom.
right. Yeah, that's probably a gas where they've had a heater here or something. You know.
For the old radiators.
No, for probably just a gas heater that they set there to warm this area up at some point, or I'm just speculating. They could have even had a stove or something there. You know, since they had a bath, maybe it's something that they could use to cook on or something.
And this another gas line?
Yeah, that looks like a gas line.
Yeah.
Yes. So. Hello? She's not available at this time. Sure. Uh-huh.
So you guys have a big crew, or is it just the 2 of you?
Just the 2 of us.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Bye-bye.
So the same over here, the air and heating thing over here.
Well, you've got a vent there.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you would need it here.
All right.
Unless for some reason that's clogged or disconnected. But if you're going to install a new one,
But that looks like we're just right over that other one in that room down there.
well, yeah, that's exactly what we are. That was the one that was coming up here through the floor to this floor.
Okay.
To give heat.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But I'm thinking of doing in this stages. So first floor is first, and then after
Then working your way up.
yeah. So
To be honest with you, probably, and I understand what you're saying. The
Yeah.
first floor is first, but I guess because
yeah.
I'm thinking probably if I were you, the first thing that I would do is probably get that furnace installed.
Okay.
You know, because you're going to need some heating and some cooling in here.
All right.
And then after that, you can put the fixtures on the walls. Do whatever you're going to do to
Okay.
close off these walls.
Yeah.
Cause, and then that way, if you're wanting to rent some of these areas out, you can, and then you can go ahead and start moving on up to the second floor.
Okay. All right.
I guess the biggest thing here would be both the furnace and probably closing off the walls and getting a bathroom down here.
Yeah. And the kitchen.
And getting this kitchen set up here. And pretty much, is this the way you're going to keep it?
I'd kind of like to knock this thing out. This like, if we knock this wall out and so we had more room for more
Cabinets.
and
Okay. Well, let me ask you, have you come up with some kind of plan as far as it looks like that for whatever reason, they had the oven there. That's not a good spot for the oven for the simple fact here, unless it's over here, will be blocking the vent to cool and heat this area.
That is weird.
Yeah, so that wouldn't be a real good.
So would you be able to move that?
Move what? The vent or the gas line?
The gas line.
Yes, we could move that. That's not a problem.
Because I also want, once we get the bathroom out of here, I'd like to knock this down. It's just a little.
That's just a closet.
That's just a little bitty closet. So
Right.
I don't think that's a
No.
supporting wall.
No, it's not. It's not a weight-bearing wall. Not at all. It's just a little closet. As a matter of fact, when I really think about this is almost the exact same way my mother's. As a matter of fact, it is. It's the same floor plan next door. The only difference is that the kitchen sink and cabinets go this way.
And up here.
And over there. Now the stove is over there. but is that vent over there? I don't remember if the vent's over there. But whoever did this sort of switched it over to this area for whatever reason.
Yeah.
This is there. The refrigerator is here. And it's just a table that sits here and the stove sits there.
Okay.
It is a vent.
Okay, that wall is it? Okay.
I kind of like the idea where they have the island and that cooktop thing going on.
So you want to put an island here and a cooktop in the center?
Yeah, and
That's
then
gonna really that'll. I don't think. Okay, so you want to keep this here.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Because one thing you need to think about is that if you do that, you know, island of cooktop is going to be about 36 inches.
Okay.
Okay. So if you got anywhere from 32 to 36, if you got a 32 to 36 inch cooktop in the center of the floor, you got to think how people are going to walk around it. You're not going to allow yourself a lot of space to flow through here. Then when you're thinking more in how you want to rent the place, you really want to have as much space in the kitchen as possible, because if you got people coming from here, from there, I don't know what your plans is for the second floor, if you're going to have a kitchenette up there or if they're going to be using this one.
I was thinking like just an area for like a mini fridge and a microwave and
For the people upstairs?
For the people upstairs, and then the main food storage would be down here.
Okay, so then if that would be the case, and if the stove where if they're going to cook going to be here, I would think, or I would suggest, you probably want to keep the area open. Because a lot of people sort of like gathering in the kitchen, and if you've got, and of course that's totally up to you, if you have a cooktop here or something, that's going to block a lot of kitchen flow. You know, they'll be able to come around here, they'll be able to come around here. Your stove is going to be there, so that's going to, unless you're not going to plan on putting that stove here, you're just going to use the center
That's kind of why I want
that to go away.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, the thing about that is, it's probably doing the floor plan, and let's see, and I guess if you're going to take that out and have that in the center, of course it's going to open a little bit more space, depending on how big it is. You may want to add some chairs around it so that if they are congregating in here, you know, or, you know, 2 or 3 people sitting in here, because this door here is just going to be for that individual there.
Right.
So everybody's going to be basically coming from over there.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, it may be something you really want to think about.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, now, with us, my mother is in that room there. There's a constant flow coming from there to here. Of course, that wall isn't there.
Yeah.
At my mother's house, that wall over there isn't there. That's just, you just
over
go,
next door here.
Right.
Yeah, because it's wide open.
Exactly. But that's closed off. So again, like I said, with what you're planning on, how many tenants are you planning on having here? Or how many do you want to try and get at any given time?
Okay, so 2 here, 4 there,
2 upstairs.
and then so it's 2, 4, 2, and possibly 2 in the basement.
So you're looking at approximately 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And but a little out of time here. I won't get all 10 at one time.
That's quite a bit.
But I like your suggestion. I was just throwing out the island thing a little bit because that's what I have at my house. And yet there is a bit of congestion trying to get around it.
Right. And with 10 people, I'm sure.
So I'm thinking maybe the stove along this wall.
Okay. That's fine, because from what I can see, it shouldn't be a problem us moving that gas line over to this side.
Unless this opens up enough when this is gone.
Well, you're going to have a little space there, so I mean, you're looking at about 1.5 feet or more space there. So that very well could be. Once that's gone, I guess we can measure the floor, do a floor plan, and come up with an idea of whether we want that there or whether, because on this side here, whoever did this set these receptacles here pretty low because they intended for this wall to be open. But if you were to put base cabinets there or anything, that would be way too low for base cabinets or anything. Everything needs to be set above the counter here.
Oh, I see.
You know.
Well, I'm not crazy about these cabinets anyway. I'm not sure if I want to reuse them or not.
Okay.
But I like the sink is okay with me. But this thing has a little bow in it over here. This counter.
Well, if you really lift this up here, and just move this over, look like here, I don't know what they did here. This was just an add-on that they put a towel on, I guess, to use it as a cutting board or whatever.
Okay.
This is not the complete counter.
Okay.
This was really just something whoever purchased this, I think, threw in here and just didn't buy. I mean, I'll tell you, like my mom said, if you like it, I love it.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
you wanna
because I've been looking around the Restore, and there's a lot of decent stuff, pretty cheap over there.
At Restart?
Yeah.
Which one do you go to?
The one down on
Off Front Street?
off Front Street.
Okay.
And then I know there's a couple other ones I haven't gone out to look at
Yeah.
them.
Actually, from what I know, that one down there on Front Street is the best, but, you know, sometimes you can find some good stuff anywhere,
Yeah,
you know.
because there's a different mix wherever from the different areas.
Right, exactly.
So then that's the other thing. What I happen to find there is going to determine how it's going to go in here too, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know what your method of, I mean, is that your game plan, that you're going to go there to buy the items that you want to install in here? Or I didn't know if you were going to go to Home Depot and purchase them. I don't, you know, that's...
Well, that's my first line is to go to Restore, because that's the cheapest way to go, and it's decent enough stuff there.
Okay.
So and I just take a general measure of what will fit in here.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be the first thing, is to figure out whether or not they have what you need to fit this area here.
Right, because
you're looking at approximately. I would say this is about a 9 to 10 foot countertop here. So I didn't bring my measuring tape, so.
Yeah, so they need some place for food preparation.
Yeah. This doesn't seem to have a lot of support to it up underneath it. What it is, if you see, this part here is busted, but you have a board here and a board there, and that's how this countertop is supported.
Yeah.
And that's really not a lot of support.
No.
Yeah,
I can see that.
especially if you get someone who's trying to get to something on top and decides to jump on that to stand on.
Oh.
They'll probably end up cracking it or busting it. So I guess my suggestion would be is that you probably try and find some better base cabinets.
Right.
This looked like something that someone was building and was just going to...
Well, yeah, to me it looks like all plywood.
It is. That's what I'm saying. They built this. Then I can't even see where the doors are that was going to go there. This looked like it's cabinetry. That there looked like something happened where they was just trying to fill in where this stopped.
Yeah, see, that's why I really don't like these cabinets. They all look like plywood.
Yeah, they're yeah, it looks like something. Now these here, I don't know, it looks like something maybe they found somewhere, or I'm almost willing to bet these were not the originals.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I just can't see this kitchen setting over here, and I don't know, it could be, but I doubt.
So would you
it,
keep the
seriously.
sink here, or is there a good place to move it? Or
I would really leave that up to you, but I don't like looking at the side of a house. I mean, my preference, if I'm going to look at something, at least to look at the backyard, in case the kids are back there or whatever, or they're having a barbecue or whatever.
yeah.
my preference would be to look at the backyard to see what's going on, because if one of the two of the tenants do have kids and they're in the backyard, the idea is to, while you're cooking, sort of keep an eye on the kids. You know what I mean? At least keep an ear open to what's going on.
Okay.
You know, of course, there you're looking at the side of that house there, and you're not going to see much there.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean that's my preference. So my answer to you is I would prefer to have it here, but the question becomes to you: is it economical enough to move it here for you? You know, because now you're looking at
You have to do the plumbing and stuff.
bringing the plumbing over here is not a problem. The worst we're going to have is probably bringing these receptacles above the countertop so that they can be accessible. Once you use the base cabinet, all of these are going to be closed off because of the base cabinets that'll be mounted to the wall. You know. And then of course these things, as long and as large as they are, you know, like I said, someone just did this when they purchased the home.
Okay.
And I'm sure the idea was to just get some kitchens in here, get it rented or whatever they was going to do, or get it sellable.
Yeah. And this may have been 2 or 3 owners ago.
Yeah, could have been. Because I'm willing to bet this was because, see, I don't even see the plug for the refrigerator.
Which would be a bigger plug?
Well, it would set higher.
Oh.
It generally sets about 3 feet above the ground because of the height of the refrigerator.
Oh.
Now here, you can see this was for electric range or for gas range.
Okay.
But for whatever reason, I don't know why they put it in front of the vent. So, but I don't see a plug for the refrigerator.
Okay.
Not to say that one of these couldn't be used, but you would have your refrigerator here the way this is set, because you would need to keep this open far enough so that the doors is accessible on your cabinetry here. So, I mean, you could use one of these, but generally the refrigerator plug is set about yay high so that, you know, you don't...
Is that code to do that?
Yes, that's code.
Okay.
That's code. These here are for more, and you can tell that someone has installed these here because they're not even the same height. You know, that one's lower, that one's higher. I don't even know what they were intending on using it for, because basically if you're going to have any appliances that's sitting on the cabinet, you know, the plugs need to be over here.
Yeah, and there's no plugs over there except on the ends.
You've got, exactly. I just can't see you trying to hook something way over here or using an extension cord in the kitchen to operate your kitchen appliances. So, you know, I don't know where, I guess they were just thinking just mounting,
Let's just throw something in here.
well, mounting the refrigerator, or pushing the refrigerator over there somewhere. I mean, that's the only option that you really have the way this is set up. You
Okay,
know?
so once we knock this closet out, we'll have a little more wall space here.
Right.
Okay,
But,
so I do like the sink being here. And then what goes on either side of the sink?
Well, you're going to have, usually you're probably going to have your sink running, the base of the sink running all the way down to this wall. Then you're going to have the cabinets up here, your wall cabinets up there. This will all be gone or be turned this way, where this will be open over on this side.
Okay.
You know,
So maybe like in your mother's house, this would be the place for the refrigerator?
refrigerator is it. This is where the refrigerator is. And over here is where the stove is, which is not a bad place because once you knock out this wall, see, in my mother's home, this wall doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So you would have the space over there. The only thing we would need to do is probably move this and this over, which would give us clearance for this vent here to heat this area.
Okay, so
like
now
it should be.
the stove goes on this side of that vent.
Right. And to be honest with you, that's just not a bright idea to have gas in front of a, you know, it's,
okay.
you know, that could be potentially a fire hazard there.
I see, yeah.
Yeah. you know. I don't know what they were thinking of. I guess it was just probably easy to drill a hole there and stick up the gas line there. And I don't know what they were thinking of when it came to venting or heating this area. Because if the stove is there, it's going to block it anyway. You know. And I don't know what's going on here. I guess they got a pretty big hole up there. It's the reason why they use that.
Well, yeah, it looks like they did that spray thing on the ceiling.
Yeah,
and then
that's called popcorn texturing, which is outdated. I mean, it looks nice, but it's not really in modern or newer homes today. They usually do what they call a knockdown texture rather than use that there. Matter of fact, a lot of people are scraping that off and going with a knockdown texture.
What's the knockdown texture look like?
Let's see. Okay, it's really where it's spackled all over the wall, and then you just take a trowel and knock off the excess, and it just leaves, I won't say globs, but it leaves...
It's not as bumpy as that?
Exactly, and it's a lot smoother. I don't see any of it here in this home to give you an example of.
Yeah, because apparently they stopped before it got that modern.
Yeah, well, I think whoever had this was probably with the amount of work that needed to be done, they were just trying to take the quickest and the fastest.
Yeah, see, so this corner up here, that's the bathroom up there.
Right. Which is definitely an eyesore there. As a matter of fact, I remember coming over here, this wall wasn't even there.
Oh.
I remember him planning on doing that, and I'm hoping it's done right because this is a weight-bearing wall.
Huh.
This is definitely...
This one right here?
Yes.
Huh.
Well, it became a weight-bearing wall. What was there was a header.
Ah.
And it had two beams on the side to support the floor.
Oh.
So he just...
So I think that's where that beam...
That column, yeah.
The column?
Very well
yeah,
could be, yes. I guess
yeah, because there's one there and there's one in the closet.
Yeah.
In the closet.
Then, yes, that's where it comes from.
Ah.
And they were just there to hide the beams there or to give some decoration to the flooring where it just didn't stand out looking like a beam there. Yeah, so that's what they did. They just took it off.
Did they make a hole here or did they cover up a hole?
Well, it looked like this is sheetrocked.
Yeah.
This is sheetrocked. So it looked like they sheetrocked this whole area here.
Okay.
Again.
Yeah, this chandelier I would want moved out there.
Over into that room.
Yeah, because I don't think too many people want a chandelier in their bedroom.
Hold on a minute. Hello? Hello? Hi. Yes. A half an hour? That'll be fine with me. See you then. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, that's, we're having an upgrade from a 100 to 200 amp service installed. The inspector's coming in to inspect it in about a half an hour.
Oh, okay. Wherever you're going.
Yeah, on Highland. It's just about 5 or 10 minutes away from where I was here. So I guess really...
right now it's going to be... First stage, I guess, is a lot of tear out of those things. And do you have anybody who does cleanup?
No, what, you need to get rid of all this stuff
Yeah,
here?
I know where to order a dumpster. But I was just thinking about...
But if you really need some cleanup done, depending on, I mean, as long as I could probably get my trailer or get the trailer and haul it off for you. But it'll definitely have to probably be a one-time thing, you know, when you're ready to get it all rather than do several trips, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's why I'm... Well, as I do the cleanup, I'm just going to pile it up, and then I'm going to order that dumpster and just dump it.
Oh, you're going to, okay, that's fine. But you know what, you said you're going to have your heating and cooling guy come by here and take a look at it next week?
Either next week or later this week.
When were you planning on having your furnace installed? Because probably after this week it's going to start getting cold again.
Well, see, I don't have anybody here, so there's no big rush to...
Right, but once you start working here, it's going to be ideal conditions to be in some, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some type of heat. It doesn't have to be, and it's just one of them things that you're going to have it done sooner or later.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you're saying you don't have anyone that's staying here?
There's nobody staying here. It's
Okay.
totally vacant. That's why I put off turning on the electric and all the utilities.
Okay. So when were you thinking about starting?
The construction?
Yes.
As soon as I can get this cleaned out. Do you want a couch?
No. No.
It's-
You know what? I really wouldn't worry about stuff like that too much because actually, if you leave it, you would be surprised. Maybe your tenant would want it.
Okay.
And it's a couch. I mean, stuff like that, you just stick out to the curb. You call bulky construction.
Yeah.
Stick it to the curb. Let them come get it.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah, so that's not a big deal. That's
Yeah.
the least of your problems
Right,
now.
right.
I think to be focused more into the construction of it because, once you get started, you're gonna, and to be honest with you, if it was me, what I would do is probably focus on the windows first.
Okay.
Because there's
Yeah.
no need in putting a furnace or anything
Right,
in here,
right, so-
and you're not going to contain the heat in it.
Okay, so is it easier to replace the whole window rather than just fixing a pane? Or
Again, my answer to that would be it's easier to fix the pane, but it's going to cost you more in the long run. These are single pane windows. They're not very efficient in containing heat or in heat gain or heat loss. The efficiency, you're going to lose a lot. Simply put, you're going to lose a lot of money through these windows. I would replace the windows. That's what I do. I don't do this. And if not, at least add a storm window to the outside.
Okay.
I mean, these are unleveled. You can see where they tried to tape them off.
they're probably stuck shut.
Yes, I would probably replace these windows. But if it wasn't economical for me to replace, I would definitely replace the reglaze them and put a storm window on the outside.
I think I kind of prefer to replace them. So then something like that, does that need to be fixed before the window goes in? There's a little bit of like, I don't know if that's
Well,
rot.
This is just busted. This is probably going to have to be replaced or reattached properly. This is not attached properly, okay? Plus, this piece here is missing. If you see here, they tried to screw this up or nail it, and they cracked it. You see this one here, how it looks.
Okay, so it should look like that.
Exactly. The problem is that here, this piece is missing there, so only God knows where that is. So we could probably just put a block in there and try our best to make it fit or look like that.
Okay, so number one, you would do the windows before you did any other construction.
Well, yes, because, and the reason is because the windows is where you're going to really keep your tenants. If a lot of their money is going through the window, they're not going to want to stay.
Right,
So
right.
I'm saying if the heating, and I don't know how you planning on working out the light bills, the gas bills, but even if you're going to just collect the rent and pay it, you're going to save yourself money by having heat stay in the home versus go through the windows.
Okay, so how difficult would it be to separately meter the electricity with this many rooms? Or
You
is
really don't want to do that because what you're going to have to do is come up with an average cost of what you're going to charge each tenant, and because you would need 10 meters in the way that you're doing it, that's just not economically sound.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so
well, let's just tell that idea.
let's just say that on the average, your heating bill is, let's say, and I just throw a number out there, $300.
Okay.
So you're going to have to divide that times 10 or how many tenants you have on the average,
Yeah.
and that's what you would charge
Okay.
as far as that is concerned.
Yeah, that's actually easy. That's kind of what I'm doing now.
Yeah, so that's what you would charge, but it's and I guess and it's going to be higher because you're going to have 10 people here, and you can call KCP&L and they'll tell you what basically the average utility cost for electricity was whenever this house was running.
Okay.
And I think at most it used to be a 3 or 4 bedroom.
Yeah.
And find out what that is so you'll have somewhat of an idea of what the utility is going to cost.
Yeah.
And you'll know how to charge people,
Right.
you know.
Right. And
and
then if I add
whatever.
I add stuff like cable, then that goes up. And
Right. Well, I would let them get there. If they want cable, let them get it.
okay.
Because you're going to have to pay for the cable lines to come in. You're going to have to pay for the different boxes. Now, you can run cable lines to each room,
Yeah.
you know, but
Yeah.
I would let them do the connections.
Okay. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I just wouldn't have it readily available.
Yeah.
I mean, unless that's something you have worked out that you can install and just charge them for.
Yeah. No.
You know, for basic cable.
Yeah, I actually prefer them to get their own service.
Yeah, that's what I think I would do. I may run, if you want to, I could run a cable box here so that the connection is already here. But when it comes to actually having the service installed,
Yeah.
I would let them do it. And that way it's in their name and they're responsible.
Okay.
You know,
All
they're
right.
definitely responsible. And of course, here's another vent here. That's another return vent. That's a return vent in there. And that all that is where the air is returned back to the furnace so that it blows out hotter air in the supplies like those. So,
Yeah, you gotta go and I gotta go, so
yeah.
We
So,
should-
we're probably going to have to do this again.
Yeah.
And this time, maybe next time, target specifically where you want to start at. So, because we just did an overall view here.
Right, right.
And we can target specifically where you want to deal with.
yeah, but now I have a better idea of what's possible and what I want
Right,
to do.
and that, like I said, I would probably start with the windows and then come back with that furnace or whatever. Are you planning on having central air?
Yes,
So, okay.
except for the third floor. That's what.
Well, even at the third floor, it's going to go up to that one room,
Yeah.
the front room.
Yeah.
So I tell you what, if you would, when you're ready, or if you get to a point where you're ready to have it installed, I'll give you a bid. I can come back and give you a bid on it, and you can compare the bids or how many bids you're going to get.
Okay, and then also kind of start estimating the windows for me. Or does just you have to figure out the sizes and stuff?
Well, I can measure the size. How about maybe Wednesday? Is Wednesday a good time for you?
Wednesday's good.
Let me give you a call. We'll come back through here. I can measure the windows and I can start.
Since that's the first thing, basically.
Right.
All right.
Because like I said, you do really want to keep your heat in, and then we'll just go. And the ones that's really bad is probably the ones that I would recommend you replacing. The others that are in fairly good condition, let's just throw a storm window on the outside, because replacing all these windows, like I say, I don't know what you're dealing with, but it's going to become pretty expensive.
Okay, so
Because you got quite a bit. And what I'll do, I'll just measure them all, and then I'll give you an overall bid for them all.
okay,
And then if you decide, well, hey, we need to cut back on some, I need to save some costs, which ones are
right.
we can save, and which ones would you recommend that are probably beyond repair?
Yeah.
Let's go that, and then we'll look at some storms on it.
Okay,
Okay.
all right.
Okay. So Phyllis, just like I said, let's meet here Wednesday. Let me look at my scheduling here.
Okay, and then just
And then I'll give you a call, and we'll make
all right.
time for here.
Thanks, Reginald.
You're more than welcome.